Alright, so you got Jiaoqiu right, but now you want a light cone for the man. So you might be running a little bit low on pulse. You might have gone for Sparkle. You might be going for Jiaoqiu outer lines. You might be saving for Face Shao. You know, you might be a little bit low on pulse. Should you go for the 5-star light cone? Now, this banner overall is definitely one of the better looking light cone banners that we've seen. Not just because of the 5-star, but also because of the 4-star light cones. You know, this light cone is not the worst for Jiaoqiu, and if you pull on the light cone banner, you could definitely get super impositions for it, getting Jiaoqiu's effective rate increased by 40% and more damage over time. So you know, if you're running like a sub DPS Jiaoqiu, this one isn't too bad. This one's kind of ass, don't bubble that, but this one very good in niche situations, and the cover art is just pretty. But this is the light cone in question, right? So at S1, okay, increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 60%, which no 4-star light cone can have that much effect hit rate boost, even at S5, which is wild stuff. But there's more, okay? After the wearer uses any sort of attack, which keep in mind, Jiaoqiu is very skill point friendly, since you use any attack, even a basic attack, and there's a near 100% chance of debuffing or giving a stack of Ashen Roast, which is the debuff to the enemy. So you can use his basic attack and get this to proc along with the debuff. But after the wearer uses basic attack, or any attack really, there's a 60% base chance this number can't be changed even with super imposition levels. There's a 60% base chance to inflict unarmored on the target. While in the unarmored state, the enemy target receives 10% increased damage lasting for 2 turns, and so on and so forth. This light cone is the passive from here is definitely more Acheron oriented, since you don't want to be doing you don't want Jiaoqiu to be your main DPS, you know, or god damn that voice right. You don't want Jiaoqiu to be your main DPS, because then you're going to be missing out on a lot of things like energy regen for his ult, effect hit rate, you get what I mean? Those are what you want on Jiaoqiu more than damage, since he's not meant to be a main DPS. But you could definitely get a sub DPS build on Jiaoqiu running, along with of course having enough effect hit rate, speed, all that stuff, you get what I mean, type shit. And in that case, you know, this light cone's not too bad, but I think there's better light cones. I'll show you. So the reason why I'm not going for Jiaoqiu is because I don't have Acheron built. I don't have any good agility units. I'm not trying to use Silver Wolf and Pela, bro. But anyways, there are definitely good substitute light cones for Jiaoqiu. Now, here's this light cone, before the tutorial mission starts. This one is an event exclusive light cone, but you know, back in version 1.1. So a lot of people might not have this light cone, but if you do have this light cone, it is a very good substitute for Jiaoqiu as opposed to the 5-star light cone, his best in the slot. Now the reason why is because this increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 40%, and this is S5, but if you have this light cone, let's just be honest, bro, you probably have S5, but it increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 40%. Already very good. Jiaoqiu needs effect hit rate for his debuffs. When the wearer attacks defense reduced enemies, they will regenerate 8 energy, so you're getting your ult faster for Jiaoqiu, which is good, because then the more you use his ult, the more debuffs you're inflicting on the enemies, and the more you do that, the more stacks of the flower petal Acheron will get. Now, if you don't have that light cone, this one is another good substitute. Most people probably have this light cone. If you're lucky, you may even have copies of it, you know, additional copies. When the wearer hits an enemy, and if the hit enemy is not already ensnared, then there's a 90% base, and there's a S4. There's a 90% base chance to ensnare the hit enemy. Ensnared enemies' defense decreases by 15% for 1 turn. Now, even at S1, you'll probably proc this most of the time because of how many enemies Jiaoqiu is hitting. You know, he's always doing he's doing blast damage for the skill, and then his ultimate works like an erudition character where he's attacking everybody on the field. So that's just straight up 15% more damage for your Acheron. You know, this is another good light cone. So there are definitely substitute light cones for Jiaoqiu. The 60% effect hit rate just at S1 is kind of tempting though. At S5, it goes up to 100%. This is that's mind-boggling. Okay, well, I don't think I even, bro. My Silver Wolf has like 149. That's That's a lot of effect hit rate. That's she could have like over 200 effect hit rate with that Lycone, which is that's wild stuff, bro. But that's it for this video. You know, Jiaoqiu is a very comfy unit. I used them in the trial run, and you know, if you have Acheron, then you get it. I got why is this delayed? Why? But yeah, you can run Acheron, Jiaoqiu, either Silver Wolf or Pela, and then Aventurian. You'll have the best team comp in the game. Unlike Acheron, who gets 50% of her value from her best in slot Lycone, Jiaoqiu can work perfectly fine with the more free-to-play friendly Lycones, like the 4-star Lycones, of course. But you know, that's really about it for this video. You know, I thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You know, my point is, you know, Jiaoqiu's Lycone is pretty nuts, as with every character's best in slot Lycone, but there are better substitutes. Okay, there are definitely better substitutes. You could even run this Lycone for Jiaoqiu if you're going really ham on the sub DPS aspect, but that's about it. I'll see you. Goodbye.